so our treatment presentation by myself and Siena. So our final song choice was Justin, Take Me Home. And the justification of that song, we decided that as two females, we wanted to perform a song by a female artist because out of kind of practicality, one of us will be, or both, will be acting in the music video, so it would be easier to pick a female artist. We thought we wanted to pick kind of like a genre of songs that are emotionally driven or emotionally led and have quite slow tempos and are kind of in that genre. We refined our song choices by more instrumental pieces, so not like D&B or any of that, and with a sad narrative because that's kind of the storyline we wanted to follow. And then these are the artists that we shortlisted, so Ellie Goulding, Taylor Swift, Adele, Justin, Lana Del Rey, Selena Gomez and Billie Eilish were the ones who we focused on.
Our other song choices, these were a list that we had where we were deciding between all of them. As you can see, they're quite a variety of genres. And we thought we'd play around with these genres because we wanted to see what completely fitted our kind of tone and how we were going to act towards it, and we thought it would work best if we shortlisted quite a few and then just looked at them and picked which song we would like. Influences from our other artists. So Rihanna, Diamonds. So this music video got a lot of views. It got over 3 billion views and was mainly used with dark tones of Rihanna by himself, along with a storyline. So it had two halves of the music video, which were split, and one of them was her telling the story, and the other one was her showing the story, but also acting in it. Her main, the main kind of attraction to this music video for us were the colours, in which she didn't use a lot of colour. These were kind of two of the main pictures that had colour, and everything else had dark or it was black and white, with a very small spotlight on the action or place that we should be looking at. Another influence is Demi Lovato, Skyscraper. So this was a really interesting one as well because there were very moderate tones throughout the whole of the music video. It was mainly just kind of these three photos, it was these angles mainly. We had an up-close camera shot which showed her facial expressions, which is what directed us in the story. It was really interesting because you were listening to it and you were watching it, however you were creating your own story in your head, which was a really interesting factor which we wanted to consider into our own music video. And the last one was Ellie Goulding, Still Falling For You. Still Falling For You was a song that was made for a film, Bridget Jones. So she incorporated that into her music video, showing some of the clips in the film behind her, still while singing. But she also had dark tones and dark atmosphere, but with a hint of light, which spotlighted her and the story and the lyrics that she was telling.
So the representation of our artist. So as we mentioned earlier, we're going to do a female artist. We kind of wanted the image of creating heartfelt and relatable songs, so again, emotionally driven. We thought that potentially mentioning wider social issues through either their social media or their songs and music videos, or maybe on their website. So as a female artist, we thought mentioning potentially sexism, and like I said, through the social media. We also thought about if we were to create this profile on their social media and potentially their websites, having like on Instagram stories or TikTok, because TikTok's very up and coming, that we would allow them to see their like, everyday life, because for a lot of audience members that's kind of more interesting when you see like you're feeling kind of connected and getting to know the artist personally, and sometimes that can make the music more appealing or relatable anyway. So when we did our target audience research, we sent it out to teachers and pupils. We found that most were 15 to 17, but we're going to go for an audience of 15 to 19. We thought that we're going to go with the pop genre because that was the highest voted. and 40 people watch music videos, 26 don't, so it's quite a high ratio in comparison to the people who don't, so it shows that it's going to be watched and it's going to be viewed, and so it is an important aspect of everything that we're doing. And then people said that they either watched music videos monthly or never, for older members of the audience research form. So the people that do are the younger audiences, which is our target, so it needs to be well done. And then people said that they watched the music videos purely for the song, which I found interesting because it wasn't for the other options like the experience, because it's been brought up in a conversation, or because they're bored, but people actually watch it just for the song. So we need to make sure that the narrative is still linked within Jespin's song and it's following the same kind of storyline. And then Taylor Swift was selected 3 times for people's favourite artists, so they were able to write in their own artist, and she was the only one who was mentioned more than once, and we thought that was significant because she's a female artist and she's kind of has the same genre of music that we want to do. Further research, people go to music festivals. I think that just reinforced the young audience that we're going to try and target. People said that they do follow their favourite artists on social media, and people didn't purchase much artist merchandise, which I just thought I'd mention because when we do create our website, then maybe that's not something we'll add because people aren't actually interested by it. And then the last thing was when I said people could add anything that they wanted, people said they like it when there's real meaning or discussion in a music video. So the whole bringing in a social issue or a wider social issue like the sexism could be interesting, and people might be attracted to that when watching it.
Locations, okay. So from listening to this song repeatedly, Phoebe and I kind of understood the narrative and the storyline that went ahead with this song, and we kind of understood that it had a really moody atmosphere and it was quite a dark telling story. So we got inspiration to do our locations in a naturally dark place, for example the barn in Stable Yard, and kind of in the car setting at night with just some brake lights, because it highlights the point of the song, and it can highlight the actions, and it puts a spotlight onto the lyrics. It takes a lot of focus and it puts it on the main character, which is in the spotlight, and takes away all the the things that you can get distracted by as an audience that's around it. So we thought it was really interesting from watching obviously previous music videos like Rihanna's Diamonds, that got 3 million views and more than 3 billion views, and that was mainly just a spotlight of her with nothing going on in the background, but yet we were all still intrigued and we all still watched the video. Other promotional ideas. So as Phoebe said before, TikTok is a very upcoming social media platform. It is one of the most excelling platforms in social media that's happened very recently, apart from Be Real. But TikTok it is known for its short videos, and it was proven that TikTok is one of the ways that we realised from our generation that we have a very short attention span, which is why we all enjoy scrolling through TikTok for ages, because it's all different, it's all very short, and it's all very short coming clips. We wanted to incorporate that into our music video because we find that fact really interesting, and we thought that having quite long shots of kind of plain scenery can take away a good factor of our music video. So we're going to incorporate that into our music video and have that inspiration with us at all times. Same as Instagram. Instagram has taken TikTok's idea of their videos and created reels, which is why they were made, because TikTok showed that you needed short clips to help us keep entertained.
And then for in school, we thought we could do posters, because there's not really that much information in the poster, so it just might be eye-catching, and it will allow us to target the correct audience, which is students. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any questions from the assembled throng? am I right in thinking that kind of part of your artist brand is going to be the fact that they are someone that has this social awareness and this need to promote, you know, kind of social issues and thinking about, you know, day-to-day problems in a more kind of open way? Is that, you mentioned sort of sexism and that kind of thing. So it's part of the branding going to be that side of it.
Yeah, branding. I think maybe not in the music video itself, but like the whole website, social media page. I think something we'll definitely bring up.
After listening to the song repeatedly, we kind of found a deeper meaning to the song, and one of the ideas that we came up with is the fact that it could be related to how someone needs Take Me Home is related to the fact that this girl needs someone, and we kind of incorporated that idea into general effects in modern society, like being alcoholic or having, you know, being addicted to drugs or stuff like that, which is it's a general matter, like it happens more regularly than people assume. And I think having that idea incorporated into our video could be really inspiring, because it could show a factor that we all kind of hide from and we don't know a lot about, but could raise the objective of it.
Okay, and maybe having links to appropriate charities on maybe the social media page, or even at the end of the video, might be a good way to link that idea as well. Fantastic stuff. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.